Mr. Speaker, I want the American people to know why I proudly voted for 21st Century Cures last night. 6 words: Sarah Hughes and systemic juvenile idiopathic arthritis. Sarah found out she had this autoimmune disorder when she was 11 months old. For over 20 years, she fought intense pain, fevers of 107 degrees, and getting fed through a tube for over a decade. Her mom, Fiona, was told by her doctors that she would watch her daughter die before she turned 20 years old. Sarah proved those doctors wrong by getting stem cell therapy from Celltex Therapeutics in my hometown of Sugar Land, Texas. Within 2 hours of her first infusion, Sarah felt a change. Here she is today. Her mom, Fiona, summed up Sarah's amazing miracle. She said, "She's her, and I'm me. We're enjoying life together the way it should be." I yield back.